The hour has come for your soul's return. Life's journey done. Now the long promised questions come. How did you worship the Lord of the worlds? Did you submit with your heart and your soul? How did you answer the one who was sent as a mercy to you?
My dear brothers in Islam, we've gathered here today to talk about the most definite thing in our lives. Something that every single one of us will face. It is inevitable. It's something definite. And something promised by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Are you somebody who thinks about death? Do you think about your akhirah? Do you think about your meeting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Do you think about that day when your soul will leave your body, just like every single brother and sister that you see behind us to our right? These were living people, brothers and sisters, just like me and you. How will you answer these questions, my dear brothers in Islam? Let me tell you, my brothers, you are already answering those questions now. You are answering those questions now with the way you are living your lives. The way you live your life will determine whether you answer those questions correctly or whether you are not able to answer those questions. Man Rabbuka, who is your Lord? Who are you worshipping? Is your nafs your Rabb? Is it mal? Is it money? Is money your Rabb? Your actions, you know deep in your heart and you know deep in your mind who is your Lord and where you spend your time and what you really chase in this dunya. Ask yourself the question, will you answer in the grave, Allah is my Lord? Man Rasuluka, who is your Rasul? Who is your guide? Who is your example? It may be rappers, it may be footballers. These may be the people who unfortunately become your guides and they become your examples. Ma dinuka, what is your deen? Is it Islam? Are you living by Quran and Sunnah? Are you living by halal and haram? Is that your deen? Are you honestly living it? Are you living for Islam? Are you living by Islam? Or are you living a life where you say, I do whatever I want. I'm my own man. I'm free. I live my life how I want to live my life. I'm not a slave to nobody. The way you live your life will determine whether you answer those questions in the grave correctly. If you do not make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala your Rabb, and you do not make Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam your guide and your example, and Islam your deen, you will not answer those questions. You will not answer those questions. You will say, La adri, La afham. I don't know. I don't know who my Rabb is. I don't know who my Rasul is. I don't know what my deen is. That when Malik al-Maut comes to take a man's soul out of his body, what do you think that man asks for? Asks for time. He values time. At that moment of death, he says, give me time. Give me time to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Give me time to read that Quran. Give me time to learn about the deen. Give me time to guide the dawah of Islam. Give me time. Just before he is going to leave this dunya, he is pleading with Malik al-Maut for time. What do you have, Ahl Dunya? What do you have now? You have time. Because you are alive. What don't they have? What don't they have that you have now? Is that opportunity and that time to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what it means to value life before your death.